Hello and welcome to this afternoon beer taste challenge. We have two beers introduced in 1995, Michelob AmberBock, which is now rated at 5.1% alcohol. That has fluctuated over the years. An American bock-style lager brewed with three unique malts, including roasted and caramel specialty malts. Dark lager. Tap into your beer. Okay, this one is coming from DB. What's that brewery? All right, this one is ZiegenBock, and it's coming from Houston because that's the only place to make it. HT, Houston, Texas. Texas Amber, 4.9%, so a little bit lower. Is that going to make a difference, 4.9 to 5.1? I don't know. It doesn't seem like it would. Both in a brown bottle. Not the same bottle shape, though. This is just your Anheuser-Busch bottle like the Red Wolf used to be, in 1995. This is your Michelob, modern Michelob bottle with the little collar, like shock top, which shock top used to be called Michelob shock top. Some of y'all might remember. Then they spun it off as its own brand. I can hear that fizz. Okay, screw that back. AmberBock. I bought this in Texas. Okay, ZiegenBock. All right. Billy Goat. That's what AmberBock means. ZiegenBock means Billy Goat. Oh, nice smoke. That's what ZiegenBock means, not AmberBock. All right. ZiegenBock, Billy Goat. Sold, produced in Texas for Texans. Go put these back in the fridge so they don't get hot. You could get ZiegenBock around here. Cheers, Ryan, says Dr. Frosty Brew. Cheers to you. Thanks for watching. But I don't see it anymore. They might have it at Total Wine. They might have it at, I think I saw it at Zappardo's, but it's not too prominent anymore. I guess people weren't buying it. They say, what the heck is ZiegenBock? Michelob AmberBock, still see it, yeah. Not a lot. Mathern sells 6-packs. They don't sell 12-packs anymore. I think Winn-Dixie still sells the 12-packs, and they sell Michelob. But that's it. They don't sell the Michelob Lager anymore, and they don't sell the Michelob Light anymore. They sell Ultra, of course. Everybody sells Ultra. Total Wine and More had the Michelob Lager, the AmberBock, the Light, and then, of course, the whole Ultra line. Craig Swinson says Michelob AmberBock is good, but I have never seen the ZiegenBock here in the Northeast. Yeah, it's supposed to be for Texas only. And then I called them one time and I said, well, if it's for Texas only, why am I finding it around New Orleans? And the lady on the phone said, well, for Texas only, and then a few other states. I said, oh, okay. Speaking of Red Wolf, I love that beer. Yeah, I used to like that one. Let's look at the appearance. Well, they're both amber, same appearance. I won't have to worry about the appearance tipping me off. I remember, well, I didn't drink beer in 1995, so I don't remember. I wish I had, because I could have gotten that Schlitz Red Label. In 96, February 96, when I started drinking beer as a project, which I'm still working on the project here, 24 years later, they had the Schlitz red label. And I said, I'm going to buy that for my collection. The next time I go back to the store, cans and bottles. I was going to get the cans and bottles. I guess cans is what they mainly had around here. Still today. I went back and they went back to the amber label, the burgundy label, burgundy. I said, oh, I looked everywhere for the Schlitz red label and I never saw it again. I said, nah, see, next time I see a label and I want it, I'm getting it because I'm going to get burned. And I got burned bad because when they took those Schlitz red labels out, they took them out and they replaced them with the burgundy, and that was it. I said, dang, because that was the 1982 to 96 label. They had it for 14 years and I didn't buy it and I felt stupid and I still feel stupid, but that's another story. I just turned off old Van Halen to listen to this. I guess that means Ron is better than Van Halen. I guess if you want to go listen to Van Halen, you can do it and then you can watch the replay of this later, right? It's going to be recorded, so I got Van Halen and Van Halen 2 and Women and Children First and the 1981, oh yeah, Fair Warning, I couldn't think of the name, Fair Warning and Diver Down in 1984. Of course I have those albums. What do you think? I'm crazy? You know I have those albums. Don't ask me about anything after that because I couldn't get into that. Ron needs to examine a Van Halen album. I know, right? But I got so discouraged after doing my David Bowie video, and then it got muted in the United States. It said, this video is muted in the United States for copyright reasons. I didn't get a copyright strike. It wasn't anything like that. I'm not stupid. I didn't try to monetize it. I said, well, what's the point of making a David Bowie video if the United States can't watch it? That's the main audience. They said, well, people in Brunei can watch it. I said, yeah. Been asking a while. I know. AmberBock is great with a lime, surprisingly. Lime, says Archie. All right, here we go with the taste challenge. Time to get off all the extraneous stuff. One of them's made with rice and one's made with corn. But they got the same exact ingredients otherwise, like barley, and then the adjunct, and then extract, and then hops and yeast, okay? So that doesn't change. Let's see. AmberBock. It's one word. Here we go. Michelob AmberBock. I mean, it's not really one word, but that's how they sell it. The aroma is like, okay, so they use corn. That's right. Oh, God, I got it. The Michelob AmberBock uses corn and the ZiegenBock uses rice. You would assume they're not going to taste the same. AmberBock is, oh, yeah. Okay. What am I getting on the nose here? Not much, really. Little syrupiness. I was letting my friend's wife try it over the weekend, Saturday, out in Texas. I bought this in a town called like Egypt, Texas. Egypt. It's kind of remote, but it's actually kind of a big town compared to what it was 10, 20 years ago. But she says she liked it, but she was busy talking about other stuff she didn't really seem too interested in, so I just dropped it. I'm not gonna press the issue. Everybody's not interested in beer like me. They just want to drink it, I guess. Kind of want to drink it. Good idea, he says. This one smells a little more yeasty, but the aromas, it's not pronounced enough where I could ever tell them apart. So which one is which on aroma? Couldn't tell you. Don't know. No idea. Smell nice, I guess. My brother prefers ZiegenBock to Shinerbock. Says SFK77. Oh, yeah, well, Shinerbock is so bland. It's lower alcohol anyway. It's 4.5. To me, it's too low. It doesn't have enough body. It's just it doesn't have much to it. to me, it's just dull. Now, I mean, you see it everywhere. I mean, I was at Walmart yesterday. There was a whole 12-pack of Shiner Bock, but I don't ever buy it. I just find it's too bland. But boy, in Texas, it's like Shiner Bock country. ZiegenBock, maybe 10 years was a lot more popular, and 20 years ago, it was like in a rivalry with Shiner. They used to have ZiegenBock Music Festival and everything. They had their own website. Forget that. That's gone. So Michelob AmberBock in Texas. Guess it's not too popular. Let's see. I paid $8.99, I think, or $8.79. $8.99 because after tax it was $9.73. That's what it was. $9.73 after tax for the 6-pack of ZiegenBock. And then I go to the next convenience store for $1 more. They got a 6-pack of pint cans. So I got to pay that $1 more and got a whole extra beer out of it. I say, well, could have got a 7-pack if you convert it. I say, well, no, I could have gotten 2 extra beers. What am I talking about? 4 times 6 is 24. But I didn't know. I didn't know I was going to go to the next convenience store and they were going to have 6-pack of pint cans. I said, well, yeah, that's it. Got the 6-pack of bottles, so that's it. I'm going back to their house. It's interesting how Archie said, it's interesting how Michelob brand doesn't spend a penny marketing anything other than Ultra, right? Younger folks don't even know what an AmberBock is. That's right. What kills me is that I'm in Texas, but Shiner Bock is sold on the import premium list at restaurants. Yeah, how's it? I gave up on that. I go to restaurants and I'm like, let me see your beer list. Imports, AmberBock. I tell the waitress, I say, AmberBock is not an import. It's an American beer. But there's no use even bringing it up. No, but it's not. It's an import. All right. I'm not paying $4.75 for a bottle of AmberBock. I say you got the domestics for, they're too high too. You know, Budweiser, Miller, High Life might be like, or you know it's going to be Coors Light, Miller Lite, Bud Light. You know it's going to be those. But they'll be too high, you know, maybe $3.50 for a bottle of Budweiser, right? And then the Michelob AmberBock might be $4.75. And they'll have other domestics, but they're calling them imports. You try to tell them, and they're not going to listen, so they don't even understand what you're talking about. Like, literally, the waitress doesn't know what you're talking about. Furthermore, she doesn't care what you're talking about. And these days, with the mask and everything, it's I don't drink it. You know what I drink when I go to a restaurant? I drink water. And some of them want to charge you for that. Bottled water. I said, just bring me a tap water because I don't like to pay for bottled water, which is tap water in a bottle. He said, you're wrong. You're wrong. No, I'm right. Go look at your bottled water label. Look at it carefully. You're so smart. You're buying tap water in a bottle. But you're smart. I'm dumb. I'm drinking. People tell me at work, you're stupid. You're drinking tap water. You know how bad that is for you? I tell them, no. No, I don't know that. And they drink bottled water, which to me tastes like swimming pool water. All right, anyway, it's like, anyway, all right, enough ranting and raving. Enough ranting. I'm trying to tell these apart, but they taste the same, okay? They're like syrupy, sweet in a way, and like kind of sour beer tasting. And I don't mean like a sour beer, like y'all know what I'm talking about, those tart beers. I mean sour like sour. You know what I mean? Like Budweiser tastes sour. Michelob tastes sour. Think about it along the lines of like sour milk. But that's not really right. But that's the only way I can explain it. Because if you talk about sour beer today, everybody's thinking of tart. Like citric tartness. Like grapefruit. That's not what I think of when I think of sour. I think of sour milk. Okay, buy some milk, let it go past the expiration date. When it starts getting solids in it, you say, oh, I couldn't drink that. Well, that's what sour tastes like. Or get some sour cream if you don't want to do that with the milk. Get a spoon and eat the sour cream, and you'll see that's what I'm talking about. That kind of flavor. I don't know how else to explain it. And I don't mean the beer is like that. It just is approaching that in a way, like this fermented sour, traditional American lager beer flavor. And I don't know how else to explain that. This one here is cleaner, like thinner in the body. Is there a lot of flavor? No, not really. It's more flavor than Shiner, but doesn't say much. Is there any bad or off or unpleasant flavors or aromas? No. But I'm not going to sit here and talk about how elaborate it is, because it isn't. I don't make up stories about beer. If it's not elaborate, I just say it ain't elaborate. It's bland. Okay. It's sort of bland, you know. This one has more, what you call it? Roasted barley, which translates to like bread crust. Yes, yes. Brown bread crust. Yeah. Like Roman meal bread. Remember Roman meal? We talk about that sometimes. It tastes a little better. Ron, did you like the old Michelob teardrop bottles? Yes, I like them quite a bit. Peter LaFrance says, howdy, from Brooklyn. Peter LaFrance lives in Brooklyn. He joined alcohol legs, because I invited him to join. And y'all should join alcohol. I say y'all should join alcohol legs. I mean, it's just a group on Facebook where we post photos really of beer that we're drinking, or wine or liquor. And I make little like announcements, like if I find out a beer is getting discontinued or something, you know, kind of like general interest group. It's pretty laid back. It's nothing to get too like wound up about. Vanessa Kitty says, hi, Vanessa Kitty. Finally home from work, says Kevin Johnston, and it's a hot day outside. How's it going, everyone? It's humid out here, like to a very uncomfortable extent. The heat is not there. It's not really hot. It's warm, but it's very overcast, so about 83 degrees. But the humidity level is outrageous. There's a tropical storm in the Gulf, so you get the wind from that. So it's like blowing like that weird cyclone tropical storm wind, which is not normal wind. And then it's just, I was sweating. I was cutting that back area by the woods, and I say, oh, tropical storms incoming. Yeah. All right. So let's call this. Am I enjoying them? Yeah, I'm enjoying them. Lightly roasted malts. Now, you see, Michelob AmberBock uses 3 different malts. One they don't disclose, but the other one, roasted malt and caramel specialty malt. I don't know what kind of hops. Probably just some kind of, Northwest hops. You know, from like the Northwest. They don't make any such claim with AmberBock. AmberBock doesn't claim to use multiple malts, doesn't claim to use any kind of particularly interesting hops. It's pretty dry. Oh, Peter, look, Peter does his live hangouts at 4 p.m. Central, 5 Eastern, and he does very interesting hangouts, and he tastes different beers. But there's a radio show I listen to at the same exact time. I've been listening to it since 1999, I guess, 98, 99. So I do listen to that. So if you think I'm ignoring you because I don't like your beer show, it isn't so. I just listen to that politics, religion show. So that's the reason. Now, sometimes they go off on subjects that are so boring. I'll be like, oh, no, I can't listen to this. It's driving me nuts. I know what they're going to say before they say it. It'd be so humdrum. Then I'll go watch Peter. Now, if that show gets canceled, and it wouldn't shock me because the lady doing it is probably close to 70, which is not that old, but she might be getting tired of it. You know, I met that lady once back in the 90s. But so it's that. I can't do everything. All right. But that's why, Peter. So it's not anything against your interesting show. I think this is the ZiegenBock. And you know why? I think the ZiegenBock is duller, blander, more boring. It doesn't have the savoir-faire or the rich, syrupy caramel that the AmberBock has. Hey, that's the way I'm seeing it, and that's the way I'm calling it. I enjoy thunder and lightning, says Craig. Yeah. Well, it can be scary. 10 watching. I hit the thumbs up. You should too, he says. Well, thank you. All right. So I'm going to say this is the ZiegenBock. Not as good. Not a bad product, but not quite as flavorful as the AmberBock. The old classic 25th anniversary. What's Michelob? What does Michelob mean in Anheuser-Busch InBev? What are they going to do for the 25th anniversary of AmberBock? What are they going to do? Absolutely nothing. That's what they're going to do. All right. I got it right. Ha, ha, ha. I'm so overconfident now because I've gotten all these taste challenges right like 6 times in a row. I'm so full of myself. I'm going to build a statue to myself, and then I'm going to tear it down and I'm going to rebuild it bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like, pride comes before a fall. So I know that bad times are ahead, that I'm going to get some taste challenges wrong and I'm going to feel terrible. The rum taste challenges so far, I've gotten them 100% correct. That's going to be treacherous because I got some rums coming up that are going to be so doggone similar to the Cruzan that I feel like I'm going to get screwed up. But if I go 100% correct, I'm going to ride that boat. You know what I mean? I'm going to ride that wave. I'm going to ride that ferry. Picking up AmberBock for tomorrow after watching this, laughing out loud. You should pick it up. I love AmberBock. All right. Now, does anybody, before I get off the air, want to see some old bottles of AmberBock? You want to see some old AmberBock bottles? Anyone? Anyone want to see old AmberBock bottles? Going once, going twice. Oh, he says, yeah. The Washington Redskins have now renamed themselves the Washington Football Team. Thankfully, I'm a Ravens fan. Hey, you know what I got to say to the Redskins? Pick which one you want. You want this or you want this? You. I just got to say that. You. Because if there was ever a non-politically correct person, you're watching them. All right, anyway, I don't want to get into that because I'll say the wrong thing, as you well know. But I don't care what the I don't care what that team in Washington does. In fact, they could lose all the rest of their games for eternity, and I won't care. And every quarterback they have can get their leg broken in a compound fracture. And I mean, I would care. I wouldn't want to see somebody get hurt. But anyway, that was terrible. I watched that night when that happened in 1985. I'm still traumatized by that. That was like terrible, horrible. But that's the real team. You know what I'm saying? That's the real team, not this little flim-flam pretend team. I'm done with sports for the time being, even when they come back. Sure, I'll check it out. All right, so here we go. Here's the 1996 bottle. They're celebrating Michelob's 100th anniversary, 1896 to 1996. AmberBock premium beer. There you go. There we go. There's the old label. There's the old label. Look at that. I'm trying to make it look all 1890s. Man, back in 1996, people thought this was so exotic. They were like, oh, wow, AmberBock. I'm in the big time now. I'm in high cotton. Oh, I can't say that. I'm in the self-deprecation now with AmberBock. I'm a real beer snob now. I couldn't have a YouTube channel because I would be censored and taken down. The truth hurts lefties. Yeah. You have to be very guarded. All right. Anyway, brewed with only the finest dark roasted malt rich. Oh, rice. Oh, and they went to corn. You little rats. Water and hops. And then they went to all malt, and then nobody cared, so they went back to adjunct. This is the old classic AmberBock bottle from way back in 1995. And the old Red Wolf bottle. Yeah. Then they went to the Michelob style bottle. Dark lager. Michelob Dark Lager AmberBock. Crafted with roasted and caramelized malts along with choice Bavarian hops. Bavaria. So this was later in the 90s. How you like that? When they used to have their own website, amberbock.com. Don't even bother looking that up. How you like that? Nice, huh? Then they went to this AmberBock Dark Lager, an American bock style lager brewed with 3 unique malts, including roasted and cacao. So they started getting more toward where we are now. What the hell? Oh, sorry. What scuffed up my bottle label? Look at that. It's got a chip in the back. You know I wouldn't collect something like that. I don't know what happened, but there it is, AmberBock. This is from around 10 years ago. And then it was updated with this slightly different label, Michelob AmberBock Dark Lager. And they still got that old 1998 drop shadow. You know, they got rid of drop shadows for most of the labels because that's just so 90s. Because you got your hand in your pocket and the other one's making a peace sign. That's what you think of when you see a drop shadow. And you're falling head over feet. And then here's the old Zeke. I'm up on the high wire, says Triple J. Do you have any teardrop bottles? I have many teardrop bottles. Whenever you get a chance, Ron, I'd love to see that Natty Boh Ice again. That can looks so cool. Those AmberBock bottles are really cool looking. Oh, thank you. I saved them back in the 90s because I said one day they're going to look so cool. Well, they look cool then. I knew they were going to look cool later. Here's ZiegenBock Amber Beer. Look at this. From 1995. I had to buy this in Texas back in 95 because you couldn't get it here. And then all of a sudden it showed up here. Look at it. Big wordy label. Looked like a medicine bottle. All the writing on it. All the writing. And then they updated it to today's label. It says, oh yeah, all this about the highest quality, finest ingredients, brewed exclusively for Texas. Oh yeah. I don't live in Texas, but yet, curiously, I can get it here in Louisiana, but I don't think Louisiana is Texas. But anyway, why nitpick? All right. Teardrop bottle. How do, Ronaroo? It says beer hand. It's only 2 o'clock in 2 minutes after over there in California. Okay. Hey, beer hound. All right. I'll show y'all some teardrops. Then I'm getting off of this hangout. Here's Michelob Dry. Hey, you love that? Unopened from 1996. Still got the beer in it. Oh, yeah, it's full of beer, which I would never dream of drinking. Michelob Dry. You want to talk about a good beer? Let's talk about a good beer. That's Michelob Dry. Still got the shroud. The cap's starting to, deteriorate because of humidity and just age. But, yeah, It's got beer in it, and it's full of solids. It's turning in, it's like separating, but I'm not going to drink it anywho. So that I bought this back in 96. I said, I know I'm keeping this. That's in the good old days. You know what I mean? The good old days. Like Jefferson Starship said, the good old days. The good old days are dead and gone. And here is Michelob Dry when they updated the label. Look at that nice dark label. So stately and refined and full of beer. Born on June 19th, 1997. June 19th, 1997. How you love that? AmberBock. I mean, dry. You know I'm never going to open it. What do you think? I'm crazy? Wow, how cool. So yeah, the old ZiegenBock bottle is way better looking, I think. I do like it. So this is Michelob Dry. Believe me, you believe you me. I got so many of these teardrop bottles. Here's Michelob Classic Dark, introduced in 1981 and then sadly discontinued, but they still make it in Taiwan. Michelob Classic Dark Beer. This is the old, and this was dark and chocolatey. This is nothing like AmberBock. This is not an amber beer. This is a dark beer. June 16th, 1999. Dark, rich, chocolatey. Yeah. Did I drink it? Did I drink it? Why would you ask a question like that? Of course, this one I didn't drink. I saved it. I never opened it. You think I'm going to open it? Great video, Ron. I'm enjoying this. Thank you. Oh, yeah. I'm just kidding. But it is cool to look at these over. Born. All right. So that's got beer in it. It's got beer in it. It's full of stars. All right, Michelob Classic Dark Beer. This is the updated version. From born on, I don't know, what is this saying? I can't tell. Well, anyway. Michelob Dark, Classic Dark. Now that was a good beer. Let me tell you something. That was a great beer, man. It was dark, it was rich, it was chocolatey. I guess they decided, you know, it tasted too good, it had too much flavor. Let's discontinue it. Let's replace it with Michelob Ultra. Ha ha ha. Well, I can show you a lot more. Oh, I will do that for the viewer. I will do that for the viewer. Natural Bohemian Ice. Yeah. Yeah. I bought this in Baltimore. I can tell you what store, but I mean, you know, it's not going to be there. It's gone, I'm sure. But Bo Ice, when I saw that for $3.99 in the 6-pack, I said, if I'm buying it, that's what I said when I was in the store. I said, if I'm buying it, naturally I bought it. I drank it. I didn't do a review because it was before I started doing video reviews. But boy, oh boy, it's a shame, huh? Bo Ice. Can you believe it? You can believe it. I was in Mobile, Alabama in 1996, and I stopped to get gas. A friend of mine was with me, and I said, oh, and they had this on the shelf. If I bought it, but of course, I never saw it again, you know. My favorite beer can is the Bo Ice. All right, well, thanks for watching. I did get it right. And I have concluded that AmberBock has a nicer flavor than ZiegenBock. But no knock against ZiegenBock. But it's just not as good. It doesn't have as nice of a flavor. It doesn't have as sweet of a flavor. It doesn't have as rich of a flavor. It doesn't have as interesting of a flavor. But it's still better than Shinerbock. Do you remember if you enjoyed Bo Ice? Yeah, I liked it. If you remember, how would you have scored it? I probably have the review on Beer Advocate. If you look on Beer Advocate, I probably still have my review posted. Probably a handful of reviews. Probably 30. I mean, it was so obscure of a product. But yeah, it's probably posted on Beer. I liked it. Whatever it was, I gave it a good score. You know, like good or something like that. You know, it was good. Wasn't anything remarkable, but it was good. All right, thanks for watching, y'all. I'm going to listen to the radio show, which just started 8 minutes ago. I got to go listen to the show.